Welcome back, Days of Our Lives fans. Get ready for another explosive episode filled with deception, power struggles, and shocking revelations. The drama is heating up in Salem, and the latest twists will leave you on the edge of your seat. What shocking truth will Javi reveal? Can Belle outmaneuver EJ, or will he turn the tables? And just how far is Kristen willing to go to achieve her goals? Stay tuned as we break down all the biggest moments from the upcoming episode on February 20th. Javi has been carrying a dark secret, one that has the potential to send shockwaves through Salem and destroy lives in its wake. As he sits down with Jada, the air between them is thick with tension. His hands tremble slightly, and his eyes dart away, as if avoiding the inevitable. He knows that what he is about to say could change everything, but the weight of his guilt has become unbearable. He takes a deep breath, steadies himself, and finally says the words that will unravel everything: he had an affair before Rafe's wedding. The silence that follows is deafening. Jada's heart pounds as she struggles to process the bombshell that has just been dropped. Her mind races with questions. Why now? Why is Javi confessing this just as Rafe is on the cusp of his new beginning? Is this a genuine act of remorse, or is there something more sinister lurking beneath his confession? Jada has always been a woman of integrity, someone who values honesty above all else. But now, she finds herself standing at a crossroads, caught between her moral compass and the potential fallout of revealing the truth. If she exposes Javi's affair, she could shatter Rafe's happiness, break up his wedding, and set off a chain reaction of chaos that no one can predict. But if she chooses to stay silent, she will have to live with the knowledge that she allowed a devastating lie to remain buried, knowing full well that the truth has a way of surfacing when least expected. And then there's Javi himself. His timing is suspicious. Why now? Is this a desperate act of self-preservation? An attempt to shift the burden onto Jada and make her complicit in his deceit? Or does he truly regret his actions and want to make things right? The more Jada analyzes his words, the more uncertain she becomes. Could this be a calculated move to manipulate her into keeping his secret, or is he genuinely seeking redemption? As Jada grapples with the gravity of this revelation, she knows one thing for certain: this is only the beginning. The storm that is about to engulf Salem has been set into motion, and no one will escape unscathed. Meanwhile, Belle is walking a dangerous tightrope, carefully orchestrating an elaborate strategy to trap EJ in his own web of deception. Their meeting appears to be a simple discussion about the state of their relationship, but beneath the surface, it is a calculated game of manipulation and counter-manipulation. Belle has long suspected that EJ's relentless pursuit of the DA position is more about power than justice, and she is determined to prove it once and for all. Every question she asks is deliberately crafted to corner him, leading him down a path where he will either confess his true motives or entangle himself in contradictions. Belle knows that EJ is a master manipulator. His ability to twist narratives and deflect blame is nearly unmatched. But she believes she has an advantage. She has studied his tactics, anticipated his responses, and built a case so airtight that even EJ may struggle to slip through her grasp. However, EJ is no fool. He can sense that Belle's approach is too methodical, too precise. He quickly realizes that she is trying to catch him off guard, and rather than falling into her trap, he pivots, turning her own tactics against her. With expert precision, he begins weaving his own counter-narrative, deflecting her suspicions and subtly shifting the power dynamics in his favor. The conversation becomes a battle of wits, each maneuvering their words like pieces on a chessboard, each trying to predict the other's next move. Belle starts to feel the pressure, recognizing that EJ is slipping out of her grasp and pulling her into his own game. Will she be able to keep control long enough to expose him, or will EJ successfully turn the tables, leaving her ensnared in the very trap she set? One thing is certain: this high-stakes confrontation is only the beginning of a larger, more dangerous power struggle. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and if there's one person in Salem who isn't afraid to cross the line, it's Kristen. She thrives in chaos, and now, she's once again facing an intense crisis that demands bold action. Faced with mounting pressure and dwindling options, Kristen meticulously crafts a daring and dangerous scheme to achieve her goals. But what exactly does she have up her sleeve this time? Kristen's ability to manipulate and outmaneuver her enemies is unmatched, and this time, she has her sights set on pulling EJ into her twisted plan. With the hostage crisis escalating to a boiling point, Kristen knows that if she doesn't act now, the situation could spiral completely out of her control. But convincing EJ to go along with her drastic measures won't be easy. He's already wary of her schemes and the risks they bring. As Kristen presents her case, she plays on EJ's weaknesses, exploiting his ambition, his sense of duty, and the deep-seated rivalry that fuels his every move. She lays out a plan so meticulously calculated that even EJ is left considering the possibility. But there's one question hanging in the air: is Kristen truly in control, or is she walking into a trap of her own making? If EJ refuses to play along, he risks losing everything, but aligning with Kristen could drag him even deeper into dangerous territory. The stakes are at an all-time high, and both Kristen and EJ must decide whether to trust each other, or prepare for a battle that neither can afford to lose. One thing is certain: Kristen never backs down, and in her world, survival means being willing to take extreme measures. Leo Stark has reached a critical juncture in his life. For years, he has thrived in a world of manipulation, quick schemes, and self-preservation, always one step ahead of trouble. But now, for the first time, he faces a moment of reckoning. The decisions he makes next could redefine his entire future, and this time, there may be no going back. With his usual safety nets disappearing and the consequences of past choices catching up with him, Leo is beginning to wonder if it's finally time for a change. He's spent so long playing the game that he's unsure whether he even knows how to live without the lies and deception. The question isn't just whether he can turn over a new leaf, but whether he truly wants to. Is redemption even possible for someone like him, or is he destined to repeat the same patterns forever? This time, Leo's decision isn't just about himself. It impacts the people around him in ways he never expected. He must ask himself, does he embrace the chance to build a more honest future, or does he let the pull of his old ways drag him back into the chaos he knows so well? Salem is a town where second chances are possible, but not everyone gets one. Will Leo take his before it's too late? With secrets unraveling, hidden agendas in motion, and major power plays shaping the future of Salem, this episode of Days of Our Lives is poised to be one of the most dramatic yet. Will Jada find the courage to expose Javi's shocking confession, or will the weight of secrecy prove too much to bear? Can Belle outmaneuver EJ and reveal his true intentions, or will she find herself ensnared in his counter-moves? And just how far will Kristen be willing to go to execute her most extreme plan yet? As tensions rise and alliances shift, the ripple effects of these decisions could change everything. Who will come out victorious, and who will suffer the ultimate downfall? The stakes have never been higher, and the drama is just beginning to unfold. We want to hear from you. What do you predict will happen next in Days of Our Lives? Drop your theories in the comments, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth analysis of all the latest twists and turns. Stay tuned, because in Salem, anything can happen. Until next time, stay bold, stay curious, and above all, stay dramatic.